Having invested in property back in the UK ourselves over the years and helped many expats do the same, we have learned 5 key areas that you need to have addressed in order to be successful investing remotely. So number 1 is market research. It may seem obvious, but it's really important to get an in-depth understanding of the area in which you intend to invest. We're talking about what's the regeneration like in the area? Is there a high rental demand? What's the capital growth like in the area? Is there amenities and transportation links? What are the ratings like for schools and crime rates? These are really important fundamentals you need to understand, and you'd be so surprised how many inexperienced investors jump into buying property without first understanding these. So number 2 is agent relationships. So it's really important to build up good, strong relationships with agents, because not only will they be able to give you information about the property in detail, photos, videos, etc., and explain to you the seller's position, because that's really key when you're looking to essentially understand what their pinch points are. So you can essentially help them overcome their problems by offering solutions. They'll always, if you've got those relationships, they can also bring properties to you and make you aware of them before they come to the open market, which gives you an advantage. And obviously it's really important to make sure that you're also doing your own due diligence, and whether or not you have somebody on the ground that essentially can view the property for you and give an impartial opinion, or you could look to appoint someone like Viewer who will give you a report on that particular property. So if you're finding this video informative and you'd like to get some more tips about investing remotely from the Middle East, then to consider subscribing to this channel and like and follow for more. So number 3 is power team, and this is where a lot of remote investors come unstuck, and that's having trustworthy and reliable local professionals that you can call upon to carry out works on your property. So that's both when you're purchasing a property and any renovation works need to be carried out to get it to a lettable state, and also any ongoing maintenance issues that you have to carry out during the term of obviously holding that property. It's really important to have those people you can call upon, because as remote investors we're obviously not on the ground whereby we can obviously project management or check what they're doing essentially. We need to rely and trust that they're going to do a good job and not let us down. So number 4 is administrative procedures, and you'll be surprised at how much information you can actually draw down off the internet. Since the pandemic you can do a lot of things now online, and there's so many apps available and data which will give you so much information about a property and the area surrounding it. You'd be surprised at how many people will actually fly back from the Middle East back to the UK to look around the surrounding areas of a property to make sure it's a good area. Now, one tool that I use a lot is what's called Street Check. It essentially means you can drop yourself anywhere around the surrounding area of the property, and you can essentially just navigate along different streets, the front of the property, back of the property, go from miles essentially to see where the amenities are. So it really gives you a real in-depth understanding of what the area is like, or where you're looking to invest, because that's really important to understand that. So number 5 is managing property. So it's really important to have good letting agents to look after the property for you whilst you're living overseas. Now they're able to obviously look after the tenant and any potential issues that arise and address those for you, as well as carry out periodic inspections. You'd be surprised at so many expats who try to do this remotely from the Middle East and start receiving phone calls in the middle of the night because of the time zone difference. So ultimately we're all investing for the future with excess capital we have available, and we all live very busy corporate lives. So we want to make sure that our investments are as passive as possible, and the best way to do that is hand over the management of that property to an agent who is professional and can do that for you. They can also carry out and arrange all the necessary paperwork as well. Whilst investing remotely can be done very successfully, you need to understand that it does take time and effort to build those relationships and connections to be able to do this remotely from the Middle East.